Hello, this is Chris Crawford, and I wanted to show a little scale release automatic that I just finished. It's been several years since I've made one of these, but I wanted just to show how a scale release automatic works. So there's different types of automatics. Some of them have a push button, some have a lever action, some have bolster releases where you slide the bolster like this. Some scale releases have scales that'll slide back like this. This particular model is based on a lock back design, even though we don't have the little cutout with a thumb tab. But this is what it's based off. The locking bar across here is what drops into the blade to keep it locked. And so just in everyday practice, if I were to open this, I usually grip it like this, put it up against the kind of the palm of my hand there, and then taking this middle finger, I push down on this scale and slide it like that. And so what that does is allows the scales to pivot. So see if you can see this from the back. So see, when that one scale slides, what it does is it raises the lock bar and releases the blade. So with the blade, there's a little notch in the bottom of the blade, and there's a matching notch in the top of the blade, just like with a lock back that tooth will drop into to lock it. Well, the same way, the tooth drops in and locks it shut like that. So sometimes scale release automatics may seem kind of awkward at first, but you get used to it pretty quick. Or you can just pick it up, open it up, close it. In fact, I can close it with one hand, kind of get used to it like this. It's a small knife. It kind of has a classic look to it. The funny thing about these scale releases like this is that if someone were to pick them up, they would have no idea how to open them, because you pull on the blade, but it's locked. And the whole idea that you have two handles that will pivot independent of one another is totally foreign to any idea that of any other knife that you may have seen, because most of the time you got a pin that goes all the way through, which in this case you do with the pivot pin. But then you also would have other pins that go all the way through the knife. And if you got pins going all the way through the knife, the handles can't pivot independent of each other. And that's why, to someone who does not know how one of these works, or how it works, it's difficult for them to figure out how to open it. But once you get used to it, just put it in your hand like this, take my finger, slide on it, pops open.